Morning gamers, morning Earthbound gamers. We are ready for our next round of the Earthbound Super Series tonight, or this morning. We got our next quarterfinal matchup. We got Octo versus MissDesGames. I'm Beal Razbu. I am with Shooky here on commentary.
Hello.
And I'm ready for this. Should be a fun race. I've been kind of excited for this one. Both these runners have been doing great. We got Ms. Des, who I'm just looking at his average time, 1 minute and 1 hour and 8 seconds for the Swiss rounds. And we got Octo, who is currently our world record holder in this category. And we're just waiting for both of our runners to get started. They are waiting for the countdown timer on each one of these. The winner of this will face Rain in the semifinals. And then the winner of that will face against Hunter RNG in the finals. Hunter played, I believe. Did they do 2 last night?
They did. Sarah played Dynamite Jones and immediately raced Hunter.
In a kind of a weird doubleheader type of thing.
Yeah,
But we are off.
There were some plans that I think both runners had, and so this was the best time for them to race was immediately after the other race.
And it worked out, and I think Hunter's the one that had plans, so we'll have to wait a little bit for our, well, depending on how long the next semifinal match and the finals, we might have to wait a little bit, but it should be a good race when we finally get to that. I'm excited for to see what's going to happen with this bracket.
While we're going through the standard meteorite fall. Try to sync them up a little bit. Looks like I got it pretty close. I don't know if I want to mess with it anymore.
You're maybe like half a second off. And that should be fine. All right, we're starting with, we got through the opening cutscene, and now we're just doing kind of the fetch quest to get up to the top of the hill with no enemies, then back to the bottom of the hill. Pretty much a free route right here. There's no enemies we have to worry about. A little bit of random RNG that comes with the movement of some of the NPCs, but for the most part, we can just kind of run up the hill.
Both runners will be doing a little bit of optimizations. If you hold left or right or up and down up against a slope, you'll glide off of it a little bit, saves a little bit of time.
And right now, Octo a little bit quicker to Pokey, maybe about 2 seconds, maybe a little bit more than that. But this is part of the run everyone does like a million times. Every single Boogey percent or even full run of Earthbound does this. I don't know too much about the manip strats, if there's like certain button presses you have to do here.
I think you walk behind the trees, which both runners did, coming down, so that way you don't have the circus performers on the screen because they'll advance RNG. And I think there's some button presses you do later by opening the menu to advance RNG. I'm not 100% sure though.
And both of these runners are familiar with that manip run for the entire game. Octo being our record holder in that, and Ms. Des, I think she's around the 4-hour mark or under, or pretty close to it.
Something I always like to see is whether the runners go above the couch or below the couch.
I don't trust myself to go above the couch. I just feel like there's too many things I can get stuck on, so I usually go below.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Daniel that told me there's... like, you do a diagonal movement to get away from the lamp as you're leaving, and that can keep you from bonking. And it's like just for like a second, or like a millisecond, you do a diagonal input and it gets you through. which has helped, but it is just easier to go below and not lose the time.
MissDes corrected me. 3 hours 57 minutes is a run, so sub-hour. Yay. Octo goes above, and Des goes below.
Octo will save like 3 frames.
The most important 3 frames in the run right there. All right, now now the run really begins. Now we have to start avoiding enemies in Octo. Not very good luck trying to avoid Crow, and there was a dog hiding behind a tree.
As is tradition. We will see, the dog is not, there's one of the better fights to take because it will give you 3 experience up to level 2 early.
Also won't steal your items like the Crow, which the Crow sometimes does. Don't have a whole lot of items to steal at this point, but I feel like I've died to the Crow more than any other of the enemies just walking up the hill here.
Yeah, the Crow has such high speed, it's really hard for Ness to hit, so you can have a lot of dud turns while it just hits you every single time. And the dog spends a lot howling.
Hill run. Oh, yep. Does have a really good hill run. Octo running into some trouble. But next point in the game can really even stuff out, just RNG wise. It's the Starman Junior fight. And it's pretty much RNG of what happens there, depending on if the Starman does fast moves like guarding or freeze, or longer moves like fire. And also depends on how much damage Buzz does. Not really in your control at all.
The first boss of the game to get you introduction, and you just smash the whole time in auto fight.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, be sure to get your predictions in for who you think will win. That's currently in the lead, channel point wise, and voter wise.
Ooh, I should put in some prediction. Let's see. We got 1 to 1.7 for MissDes and 1 to 2. Let's see here. There we go. I got my prediction in. All right. Des is first to the Starman Junior fight. See how hers goes.
The first turn and every other turn, Buzz will use a shield, and on the alternating turns he can charge forward or do a regular attack. Charge forward is what we'd like to see. Can do over 100 easily, and we have 200 HP to go through.
Sounds about right. And Des did get that, but it was the same turn that the Starman also guarded, so only got about 50 out of the charge forward, which it happens. Not a whole lot you can do here.
Saw 106 for the second one, so we're gonna end up Octo getting a similar hit for 36, so it looks like we're gonna be at least 3 cycles for each. They did that 122 earlier, but there we go.
And Des is through about 753. Still not getting. I think is he on cycle 4 right now?
Oh,
wow. 1 damage. There we go. Picky with the win on that one.
I was thinking it was really close. Yeah, it was the 4th cycle. It must have hit like 230s and 100.
Yeah, I thought you had that last one. I thought would be enough, but I guess he was 1 HP away.
A Vaporeon Pride emote. That was very cute. Unfortunately, our hero that saved us gets defeated by Lardna. No.
Yeah, PSI shield really doesn't work on a Lardna slap, so.
No Buck Bumble tonight.
There could be some weird RNG here. Just sometimes the Minch parents can kind of body block you a little bit after they're done talking with you.
Lardna will kill Buzz and then just walk down and block you. Then you'll try the move and she'll walk down again.
And then she'll walk up too, just to be really funny.
Just as approaching the Onett Zoo. One dog. That was all she had to. Oh, there's a.
Oh, we got a crow.
Crow. Able to get it stuck.
Octo just behind. Also gonna get one dog. And is that it? Yeah, it looks like it's a little less for Octo to avoid.
Very fast menuing. This does.
And both our runners are getting the Mr. Baseball cap to sell, so they can get the cheap bracelet, the regular baseball hat, and the T-ball bat, all that they can use to face the Frank fight. Right, and Des got everything without screwing up the menu, which I have never done, and run out of money for some dumb reason.
Oh yeah, that's horrible. Sometimes if you buy that, like an extra bat, you can salvage it by reselling it and taking the extra $10 out, but sometimes it's just ruined. Octo and MissDes both did a very particular walk to touch that blooper grass so that way the sharks didn't spawn except for the two stationary ones.
Both doing a little bit of level grinding. Technically these are optional, but if you fight this one outside and then the two inside, put your level in a nice spot so in between the Frank phases you gain a level and usually get an extra heal out of it. And of course you should get a hamburger too. Des gonna have the bread roll a bit early. She had pretty low HP, like 18, and that's a little bit dangerous going into this fight.
And Octo ended up having just slightly better fights and a little bit farther ahead now.
Both on the same boss. Frank can do a couple things. He can hit you with a knife for 20-ish damage. He can do a regular attack for the teens, and Octo with some nice, takes mortal damage, but nice mashing not to die from that. Mortal damage again.
Oh my gosh.
Oh jeez, he's got a real rough fight. So he can do that. That's with a great Frank fight. You can make your guts lower, which is great because it doesn't attack you. So basically what you're doing in this fight is a mix of attacking and healing. Sometimes you get 2 attacks in if he does lower your guts.
Octo did a little bit of riskiness there too at the very end. I think he had 25 HP, so he wouldn't have died as long as he didn't miss again, but...
Has taken some mortal damage, but had a life up ready to go. Frankenstein will alternate between a burst of steam and attacking. And usually you can time your healing on when he attacks, so you're usually pretty safe if you're above, 20-ish HP or so.
And the very first attack is always a punch. It does like around 13, so the tear forward attack can do like 34 or so.
both Des and Octo gonna take the free heal here. Both just a few seconds away from each other. This is really close on it run so far.
Neither runner used hamburgers, but I would be very surprised if they don't buy hamburgers before Ant. We'll save about a minute and a half, assuming you can get
Survive.
through. Yeah.
Alright, both talking to Mayor to get the key to the shack, which will then let him go to Giant Step.
I got a carbuncle on the mind now from Final Fantasy, not the medical condition, of course. What is the mayor's last name? Is it Carbuncle?
No, is it BH Perkle, isn't it?
BH Perkle. Okay. It had a coal in it, and
yeah, we see both our runners are opting to get some hamburgers here. They both didn't use I think you're right, they didn't use any at all, so they don't have to buy as many as you normally would if you did have to go through a couple of burgers to get through these fights.
we'll be seeing 5 hamburgers bought.
And these are both pro runners where they don't run out of inventory space like what I do every single time. Just keep buying until she says sorry, you don't have any space.
Small optimization by both runners too. If you hit that door head on, it will tell you that it's locked. If you're on the right or the left side, when you walk up to it, you use the key without getting that text.
And Des just got a little bit too close to it because she got that text, but Octo did not. And now we're on the slug grind. We need to get to level 8 so we know our PSI favorite thing move. I believe we need to kill 22 slugs if we're on the experience pace that we start, or if we're on the experience pace.
Yep, 22. Octo getting an incredibly lucky butterfly that's not useful to him at all.
We'll see how our runners strategize with this one. A lot of times if you look for four packs on the first floor, you can then move up to the 3rd floor and there's a 6-pack up there where you can get issued to your 22nd. Not guaranteed for that to happen. Oh, and Des is missing a lot right now. Dez's nest is not being helpful. Or if you see, they'll just stay on the 1st floor just to be a little bit more guarantee of getting all of the experience that you need.
So, MissDes, she did get an extra single ant, right? Did I miss that? I think this is her 13th slug after killing them.
Right. Yep, I think she had a 3-pack and then a 1-pack. They separated a little bit.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then.
You see what Des is doing, and also what Octo is doing as well, is keeping a mouse kind of pinned to the wall, so then no more mice will spawn, but only the slugs will spawn instead, making it a little bit more consistent for getting what you need.
But did Octo get a bomb?
Oh, I didn't see that, did he?
I'm saying we may very likely to see a 3-turn Titanic Ant. We'll see how the Rockins do.
Rockin', and then bomb. We'll see. And we got Des getting a fight with a mouse. Not what you really want to see. Just a little bit slower fight, and also they can do a lot more damage than the slugs, but it looks like she is going up to the 3rd floor and maybe looking for a 6-pack of the slugs.
I've been seeing some runners, they go up and down the rope here to get the 6-pack to spawn. Yeah, MissDes doing that strategy. Looks like she found it right off the bat.
There we go. If she's counting correctly, this should be the last 6 that she needs to get to the right level. Octo does have a bomb, so he could get a lot quicker of a Titanic Ant fight. All right, and if we're counting right, that should be slug number 22, and there we go. We're level 8 for MissDes. And she's going to life up, take the almost 100% butterfly, and then make her way up to Titanic Ant.
Getting some good stutters past these ants to make her way to the top.
There's some really nice stutters. I wish I could go stutter as well as she can.
The strange single ant that was there for Octo.
Alright, Des on her Titanic Ant fight and starting getting smashed by the ant, so taking 60 right away. Kind of in a dangerous spot. If the ant attacks again, I don't think there's enough time to... Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no. And the worst thing happens. Smashed and then follows up with another attack, so Des has to take a death. That is so unfortunate.
Titanic Ant gave her no room to do anything there. The rockin' animation's so long that there's no way you can get in between the rolling health and...
Pretty much every runner with that luck would have died there. There's like nothing you can really do.
Yeah, maybe the difference would have been if we were playing Mother 2 with the faster text, but...
And now she has to do the photo man.
Fuzzy Pickles.
Right, a little bit of luck with like shield or magnet or defense down would have saved her, but she didn't get any of that. If you get smash attacked and attacked, I think you're just done. Unless you can predict the future or something. Let's see how Octos goes. Not going to get smash attacked, so that helps. He gets 105 right away. That's a good high roll. Safety burger.
185. This ant's just about done.
Taking some big hits here. Fire off the bomb, and this should do it.
Yep. We're like 40 over.
Didn't need all, but the bomb is a pretty nice guarantee because Ness can miss. I don't believe bombs can. Correct me if I'm wrong though, but I don't think I've seen a bomb miss before.
Yeah, they can roll really low, but or like we saw Sarah yesterday, or it wasn't yesterday, it was 2 nights ago, but she got a bomb drop and it hit for 30, I think, and both of her rock-ins were kind of dud, so the fight took a long time anyway.
All right, Ms. Des back on the climb. She doesn't have to worry about getting levels or anything, so just can pretty much stutter past everything in the cave. And then we'll hope for some better RNG on the Titanic ant fight.
Yeah, I want to say that bomb for Sarah hit for 37 the other night. Not 100% on that. Have to review the tapes, but definitely go back and watch that one because
there's some crazy stuttering around those two. Oh, and she gets back attacked.
Hold on 1 second, I'm getting a phone call.
No problem. Got Octo going down, not needing to buy any extra burgers because I think I don't think he used any on the Titanic ant fight. Just used a life up, and he's gonna go against the on-it police force. Each one of these police officers have 2 attacks. They got a strong attack and the weak attack. The weak attack does about in the teens of damage, about 18 or so, and the strong one does in around the 30s or so. See how Dez's second attempt goes. Not much better RNG this time. A couple of biting attacks in a row, but that's okay. We'll get back to full with a burger. Magnet, we can do a couple of bash attacks. Titanic Ant being a lot nicer this round. As Octo is now going against the cop. Start with the crushing chop on the second cop. Which is doing 30, he's going to life up back to full. Another crushing chop. This one is not being nice. And now a third in a row. Finally, just a regular one. If you can, you want to keep about 20 psychic points against when you get to the last one, Captain Strong. Usually about 2 PSI rockets will take him down. And use the rest of your burgers to get to that point. And we got Octo's going to start going in those burgers now. I've just been taking a lot of crushing chops in this fight. There we go. Hey, look at that. He's got one more cop to go, and he's got the boss, Captain Strong. He gets another burger out of it too.
Yeah, I'm back, and I see Octo rolling in the hamburgers.
There has had a couple of mean fights a lot. I think he had like 3 or 4 crushing chops in a row that he had to deal with, but he seems to be doing okay. Oh, yeah, jeez. Taking some mortal damage on that one. You have the double hamburger.
And then outspeeding for the heal, and then getting smacked a couple times after missing.
He has a lot of hamburgers in reserve, because I think I only use any in the Titanic ant fight. Alright, and he's got 21 psychic points, so he's got just enough for 2 on Captain Strong. Usually 2, unless you have horrible luck, which happens. We'll take him out. See, our first one does 50's low.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, we got a mission. Jeez, let's see if we can get 57 also low. Luckily, he goes on guard.
Octo got bailed out there for sure. It could have been a regular damage, but
it was a slow fight and a scary fight, but he got through it. Now let's see what Dez can do with hers. As Octo making his next... he's going to make his way down to Tucson. Just a little bit of fetch questing for him. Des getting the smash attack on the third hit. Where were you had hit number 1 and 2? Alright, we got Des down to 20 psychic points, so she doesn't want to use any more life ups. We're going to be dipping in the hamburgers for the rest of the fights.
Ideally, Strong gets taken out in just 2 turns with 2 Rockins. Sometimes, if you need to, the safety strat is just to save that for a life ups and bash it out. You have a lot more time to react to big smash hits. Cops are being brutal.
Yep, both sides there, and just not being nice this morning. I believe Strong has about 140-ish HP. Yep. So if you get like a good 2 decent rolls with Rocket, we'll usually take him out. Octo got 2 bad rolls, getting 50 and 50. Got Octo doing some fetch questing in Tucson. He's going to give some money to Apple Kid, and then he's going to make his way through part of the Peaceful Rest Valley, and then make his way back. And we got Dez moving on to the Captain Strong fight.
Have to see what her HP was.
She's going to go for it. 92, a decent hit should do it. And 71. So 2 hits. That's what you want to see. And Dez is going to get out of on it. Always a sigh of relief when you're finally out of on it.
We saw an unfortunate Titanic Ant death. Not quite over yet, of course. Octo has a lot to go through. Octo is our top runner and world record holder in every category across Earthbound and Mother 2, as we said a few times, but definitely
it's a race. It's a race. Anything can happen.
And certainly Earthbound has some fangs, and sometimes they come out. Yeah, sub 30 is a very solid time for defeating Strong, and if you're at 31 with a death, that's pretty dang good.
That's amazing, actually. Des having to take some time to despawn. The mushrooms are out. Octo getting through what we call Fart Cave. Well, the first time anyway. And Octo gets his first butterfly. Normally, if you have a semi-decent time through Strong, normally you just need 2 butterflies to basically get back up to full with a life up in there. And usually Peaceful Rest Valley in that little area to the east of Tucson is usually pretty nice at spawning some butterflies for you.
Ideally, find a butterfly on the way to Peaceful Rest Valley or somewhere in there, because you really need that psychic points just in case if you run into something. It's going to be very dangerous.
Also, you're going to need some of those psychic points for the Crow and Cultist fight that's coming up after you talk to Paula. As Octo's going to make his way to Happy Village, to the Peaceful Rest Valley, he's got the pencil eraser to take out that pencil that's blocking his way.
Like we may very well see a high five in the fart cave. It's just chasing the butterfly.
Butterflies are programmed to run away from you after they see you, so sometimes they'll make you chase you down to some weird spots. And Octo's got the pencil erased. Is going to make his way through Peaceful Rest Valley. This place can be dangerous. There's some enemies that have some erratic movements, and there's also a lot of places where they can spawn. And if you're not careful trying to despawn, you can end up in a position where you got enemies on both sides of you. So far, Octo having a pretty good Peaceful Rest Valley. As MissDes has seen or got close enough to the pencil blocking the way, so she's making her way back to Applegate to get the pencil eraser.
Yeah, the screen in Earthbound extends past the part that's visible to the player by just a little bit, so as long as you've got, and that's where the loading will happen, so as long as you've got the space the pencil eraser exists in that comes into memory, then you're fine. You don't have to actually look at it.
I'm always terrified of that. I'm always afraid that I'm not going to go far enough and then get all the way back to Tucson and realize that Applegate Kid is not calling me.
I've definitely done it before. I think it was, or one of the guide videos, I think it was Ari's. There was like a secondary advance. I mean, it's been out for like 4 or 5 years now, I think, but he went through the like exact positioning for everything, so I took some screenshots and added lines to them to make sure I went to the right spot.
Alright, Octo's got the Franklin badge. And he'll have the cultist and crow fight right here. Usually want to start this with a rockin', and then after that, depending on how many of the cultists take out or how much damage it does, decide if you want to bash it out from there.
The cultists need a big hit. That 112 definitely do it, and the crow, it usually doesn't work just because the crow is such high speed. Octo getting through.
Yeah, good idea to save the crow for last. The cultist can call for help, so you want to kill those two as quickly as possible. The worst thing the crow can really do is steal your items. If he attacks you at this point, he's only going to do 1 damage to Ness.
They're not in too much danger, especially once as long as you didn't skip shopping. That fight is pretty simple. Worst case scenario, you use your 3 Rockins and you'll have to heal and bash out cultists and car painter, but usually that ends up working. Okay, Octo going for something that I never would have tried to do.
That was terrifying.
Good to know. I'm going to try that next time. The cultists seems like they stand there and look around for a second before they start the aggro.
I think they act like, kind of like how the dogs do, but they have a smaller, like, area of effect. They kind of look around a little longer than what the dogs do.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
Octo getting hit hard by this cultist, a couple attacks in a row, but didn't call for help, so that's perfectly fine with him. I think it was Rain, and his run in quarterfinals ended up meeting Cultist D in that fight. So he was cycling through the alphabet on that one, but luckily Octo did not have to deal with all that. Alright, we'll see how Car Painter's going to do. He wanted to hit you with these Crash Boom attacks. Oh, we got no damage on Carpenter with the life up.
65 is not great.
And he continues to miss with the Crash Boom attack. And he's got the Psychic Shield, so Rockins aren't going to do anything anymore. We're going to eat the Skip Sandwich just to get some HP. And, okay, we got one hit. Oh, we're in a danger spot here. Octo's going to have to heal up.
I think this is
another Crash Boom. This is a...
Yeah, there we go. I thought it was close.
A little bit of a slow fight. We see Octo was setting up for something really nice because he was at like 8 HP, and I think if Carpenter would hit with both of those Crash Boom attacks, he would have gotten out of that fight with 8 HP plus whatever he would have gained in the level up.
There is eating that Skip Sandwich, or really any item after you've taken a hit, you can live with a very low amount. The problem is sometimes Ness will outspeed Car Painter. You eat the sandwich and then just get hit for all of your HP.
Something I didn't realize with the Skip Sandwich until just now, oh, Des having some issues with the crows, is that you get your speed after the fight.
Ooh, some
what is Des doing?
Incredible movement.
How did she do that?
Dance of the Crows, indeed.
Des has been doing some really crazy things, with, like getting around crows and center stepping today. The only thing that's happened to her is just like the most unlucky Titanic ad fight you could possibly have. As Des is now going into her Cultist and Crow fight. Hoping for some decent numbers from our Rockin' attack. Well, we got the Crow anyway. And we're just gonna go with another Rockin'. If we miss, this should knock both of them out.
Pretty standard Cultist fight. While Octo is coming to get red swirled by the mole, get taken out. Take Death Warp back to Tucson.
Takes out Paula right away. Now we'll see if the Crow will play nice and take out Ness. Oh, that's a really good skip there. I think maybe just 2 wasted turns from the mole, but we are out of that. Now Octo's back in Tucson. He needs to revive Paula, or there's the different triggers that you need Paula for. You need to get a ticket from Lucky, part of the Runaway 5, and you need to talk to Paula's dad, and if she is KO'd, they won't recognize that she's in the party. So you gotta wake her up. And now Octo is good to go. Now we got Des with her fight with the lone cultist. Anne's gonna take that one out.
Smash on turn 3. We like to see it, but not necessary in this case.
Luckily, he didn't call for help or anything like that. And we'll see how Dez's carpenter fight goes, as Octo is just going to make his way up to the theater and then watch a show. Carpenter forgot his glasses at home. He can't hit anybody. No one can hit anything. Another crash boom attack. There we go. Get one reflected, and the second one misses.
Pretty nice hits. We'll see. This one, nice.
Ooh, 16. That's a good ending. We'll gain a little bit because we usually get a level here. And we get the suite, so we get 27 extra, but still. Not too bad. We'll see if MissDes has a good mole fight for the Death Warp. Maybe make up a little bit of time, but Octo also had a pretty good one too.
Yeah, it was within 5 turns, I believe, which is really solid. While we get the runaway 5 break, this is your notice that you should do some stretches, get your water prepared for the next part of the run.
Use the bathroom if you need to. It's a nice kind of natural break in the run. You've been pretty much doing a lot of things for the last 40 minutes or so. And now you have a show, and then you have a cutscene after this. Kind of relax a little bit, stretch a little bit.
Earthbound, I really need to learn the full run. It's a long run, but you get input breaks that are like fairly frequent and like right when you need them.
There's the mandatory 3-minute wait that's not too long after the Boogey percent ends, which is nice. There's the coffee break in there too in the Tenda Village, which is also very nice.
It definitely seems like they had like single sitting gamers in mind.
Of course, you do have your dad calling you every 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
We have MissDes's mole acting unusually and attacking himself. This mole really likes to size up the situation. There we go. We've taken out Ness, and now we can pretty much auto fight with Paula the rest of the way, and we are out of this one. Got Octo on his way to Threed. Dez again, gonna go revive Paula. So Threed can be mean. Sometimes it won't spawn any enemies. Sometimes there's enemies on the way up to the graveyard. Sometimes the graveyard is full of ghosts and trash cans and flies.
free to arrive for all the 3 to rival splitters. There is some particular movement you can do to kind of avoid spawns here. Octo doing it a little bit different, or entirely differently than what I learned, but it looks like it worked out very well for him.
Only thing that spawned were some garbage cans off on the left side, and they were really not in his path at all.
I'm gonna have to try going that route for next time.
That was a really solid 3'd. Except being stuck in the hotel sign. Other than that, really solid 3'd for Octo.
Octo is going to be sent to zombie jail.
Octo's going to be sent to Winters, and we're at 50 minutes for that, which is a really solid time. As we got 2 cutscenes going on. We got the Runaway 5, and we got our pan up to Winters.
I actually took a look because I was interested. Octo golded his graveyard split.
I mean, he pretty much just walked up there and walked back. There's really not a whole lot of despawning he had to do.
Yeah, he saved. I'm not sure what it like the delta was off of the gold, but it was 32 seconds saved off of the PB split there. So,
of course, his PB is the world record at this category too. So,
has a 101.54, which is unheard
crazy.
of. I know his and Peens are both like some of best or sub 1 hour. Octo has a 57.49 some of best. Would be incredibly wild. While we're skipping over, of course, the character that everyone loves in Winters.
All right, our key doesn't work. We're dropping the spray bottle. And oh, LOL, your key doesn't work? Here's the thing. Alright, now it does.
Yeah, and exactly. MissDes has been playing beautifully, especially some of like the crow jukes. Like I've never seen the crow just sitting in front of the door like that, but being able to go down and get around it.
That's where I count my losses and just go out and back in.
MissDes also has a sub hour, some of the best. We're gonna see it soon. These Boogey % tournaments keep happening. We're gonna see a sub 1 hour.
Right now, and I was just looking at like the tournament data. I think our best time for the tournament so far has been a 106.04, unless I'm missing like a 105 somewhere. And that was done by Hunter RNG in round 1 of Swiss. And right now, Octo he's close to that. The Hunter get a 105, 105.22. Octo taking this fight. This is usually one you want to take. It gives you enough experience to get to level 2, and it just makes the fight against the upcoming fight against the worthless protoplasm a little bit safer.
Yeah, you start out with 30 HP, and on average, the protoplasm is going to hit 10, between 8 and 12. And so once you get that little bit of extra HP from that level up, you can survive, on average, of course, another extra turn, which is huge.
Either allows you to just hit one more time, or heal one more time, or just like defend a little while and run away if it's one of those fights where they're calling for help.
MissDes here doing the traditional route that I know of in the graveyard. However, I think she was pretty much forced to because of the spawns that she had in the center. Maybe that was the determining factor of the movement.
Octo being the main character of the game right here. Ladies and gentlemen, Tessie's in the building.
Get your Tessies out. You have a followers emote.
MissDes gonna no problem here. The hotel zombie girl.
I have no idea what her name is in the game.
I don't think she has one.
Call her Tossie.
Yeah, I just found it. 105.22 for 100 RNG.
Oh lord, I'm gonna remember that forever now. Next love with the Tossie yo ass in prison, so
Jeez.
gonna be her name from now on.
Octo despawning the goat that shows up 100% of the time unless you avoid the spawn plate. And we are now in Brick Road. Not going to bother to try to get the first skip. Auto fight looks like just kind of bash this out and hope for the best.
Yeah, we're gonna see a heal here.
Gets 9. That saved him. If he would have done 11, that would have been it would have been a death, but doesn't send you back that far. And Octo is now through that fight. We'll see if we got the duck in a good spot where we can get a skip. I'm just gonna go straight into him.
Not even bothering.
Duck being nice, just disrupting our senses and falling down. And I assume we'll see Octo try to do the protoplasm skip right here. Sometimes Bubble Monkey will ruin things just like that.
Octo does have an emote, or yeah, a Twitch emote dedicated just for that occasion.
And he's got a protoplasm fight that's taking a little bit longer. He's got one that called for help, but we are through that.
Good comms. Thank you, Nest Rocker. Good Nest Rocker. Or the old guard coming in. Octo pulling that mouse over to the right so he could do some stutters here.
That's crazy, but now he's got another mouse to do the same thing with. Let's see. Oh, jeez. Okay. Some really nice stutters. Gotta hope that Bubble Monkey doesn't ruin things again.
This is madness. I'm gonna go past these two.
Oh, no. just too many enemies on screen at that point.
There's quite a bit of lag, and if Bubble Monkey had done that just a little bit later, we could have got a green swirl on the slug, but slug fight, not too bad. Just take him out.
Jeff has a little bit more offense than what Ness does at about the same level, so he can take the slugs out a lot more consistently than what Ness can.
Stutters don't stop.
Octo doing a stuttering clinic right now. Oh, but we got a mushroom, and you can't stutter past the mushroom, so he's going to take a fight here.
Immediately getting smashed by the mouse, of course.
And again,
okay.
Oh, we're in the danger zone right now. We're using hypnosis, so that's okay. And we're through that fight with 9 HP.
We'll see a buff Jeff just as we get our second Tessie. Oh, and this is really unfortunate.
Oh no, this is going to be a really tough one. These things hit hard.
Okay.
So we're going to be absent-minded. Oh, and that's going to do it. That's going to be a death for Octo.
That is the unfortunate part about stuttering past some of the enemies. You don't know what's going to be in front of you in that small cave.
MissDes has a little bit of life now, making up a lot of time after that death. Now Octo can get through Brick Road for free. All the enemies he had to fight are gone, like the boss ones.
Yep, exactly. Brick Road's completely clear the run through. The first few rooms of Pond Cave again, we'll see how they go again.
Might want to play a little bit safer this time. Nope. Okay, here we go. Right into stuttering once again. The stuttering is fine. It's when you throw a mushroom or two into the mix that gets a lot more difficult.
You're getting an empty hallway in this room here should be pretty easy. Just doing some casual diagonal stutters.
Yeah, gonna go for the hamburger. Didn't have it before. Let's see if MissDes can make up some time here. Gonna go for a skip. Doesn't get the first one. That's a really tough one to get.
We did green swirl.
Alright, Dez is having a friend show up, but hasn't been attacked yet. So we'll just keep attacking and hope Jeff quits missing. Oh, that's 2 dodges in a row. And we got Protoplasm C.
This is really unfortunate.
Calling for help, calling for help. We've already tried to run away once.
Still trying to get more in.
Uh-oh, now we're at 4.
That's a pretty good chance. I think we
gets away at 4. Has a bread roll. Must take in a dogfight that we didn't see before. And we'll see if Des... Ooh, got a better duck. Might be able to skip this one.
The duck's movements are... If it locks onto you, it will charge. Otherwise, it just kind of runs randomly. Or it'll pick a direction and move some. You gotta wait for it to do what you want.
Bubble Monkey tried to ruin another skip. Okay, Bubble Monkey is not being nice today.
Okay, take 2. Don't have the levels, so this is just as difficult as the first fight.
Oh, and we got calling for help again.
Just as this game is not cooperating with her.
Okay, smash attack from the Bubble Monkey. I guess if you're gonna get attacked by the Protoplasm, you might as well help a little bit. Alright, and now Octo's in the Sky Runner. He's gonna make his way back to 3. He's gonna join up with the other 2 kids. and then take on the Boogey tent. Now, the Boogey tent is not free.
We still do have to get a good roll on the big bottle rocket, and sometimes the tent just decides that Jeff shouldn't live. So then take out Nest the next turn. You don't have any rockets. And
I've seen the big bottle rocket do as little as 111 damage.
that's like 20 off of the theoretical minimum.
Well, you can also get 0. We got a green swirl from MissDes, so if you want, you can just run away from this fight. I don't know how that green swirled, but we'll take it.
Another pack up here, getting a bit laggy, getting difficult.
At this point, when you're trailing, you just gotta go for the crazy stuff and try to make something happen. Each one of these are doing about 5 damage to Jeff at this point. Alright, we're through that.
We'll be seeing a buff Jeff as well. That's the side.
As we got one more room to go. And this is where more of the mushrooms spawn, so it gets a little more dangerous. You can't stutter past those things, and they also hit very hard.
Bit of optimization in this room too. You get Ball Monkey under the rope so that way he doesn't have to travel as far in the balloon animation because it's much slower than your walking speed. Getting the trifecta of mushrooms at the top there.
Last spawn played for MissDes. This can really throw you off sometimes. She's going to go for this one. There we go. Should be safe. We are out of Pond Cave.
She absolutely had the right call there. I think that one would have aggroed her if she had just ran, but she triggered it and then ran down the rope, getting it stuck. Excellent maneuvers as well.
MissDes is doing like a very good job of like getting around enemies. Again, the only thing she's done wrong this whole run would be getting killed by Titanic Gang, and that really wasn't her fault at all.
Yeah. Earthbound is earthbounding tonight. This morning.
Morning, yeah.
It is night for Octo. I think it's like right around midnight right now.
Octo's gonna go for the teddy bear for some extra safety. I don't think he has a skip sandwich, so he'll just have to walk down, and there's a lot of enemies just out of range.
He doesn't have skip sandwich. Looks like he's gonna purchase some extra bottle rockets. Say goodbye to the chick. We will no longer hear it anymore.
Are we going to pick up a bomb?
Oh, so... Interesting. Yeah, so this should be pretty...
Go for one turn?
Those zombie dogs awaiting us?
Nope. Yeah, we got Octo going for some safe strats here. Knowing he has a pretty big lead. Ooh, 293 is bad.
That's very low.
Boogey Tank cooperating for the most part, hitting the teddy bear and then using this move. Pale green light. The bottle rocket misses. Okay, we're a little bit more work we have to do then.
This is a rocket hitting for 59.
Fly honey, okay. Ness can't move, that's okay, you can still use psychic. Defense spray. Shouldn't affect this too much. Are we at enough? Nope.
Wow.
Okay, now it gets fun.
There we go.
The one hit from Jeff, just there. See, Jeff helped. That's gonna be GG's for Octo. He is finishing up, and he is, unless something just horrific happens on the next screen, which I don't think anything can really happen, he's going to be moving on to the next round of the tournament.
Octo will be facing off against Rain in the next semifinals match. However, MissDesGames is going to be arriving in Threed shortly, and she's comparing against her average right now, but she is above average on her splits right now. So we will see another good run.
And that's with taking a death to Titanic Ant 2. So that's really impressive. And we got Octo in at 109.18. So that's a good run for Octo. We'll see what Des can finish up as. Octo's gonna hit into the tent, see if he can get some really fun things to happen.
A kind of interesting thing. Octo gets in tent glitch while we finish. Sending MissDes over the finish line.
Strangest thing I got to happen is I got dialogue with Ness's dad to show up, and I actually saved there.
Oh.
And then I wanted to see what would happen, so I reset the game, and I ended up right there again. So I was just kind of surprised the game didn't crash after that, but
that's insane. Yeah, I heard somebody talking about that earlier. That's the only time I've ever heard of that happening.
It should be on the race. I think that was when I think that's me versus Soften for Swiss. Oh my God, Des having some awful luck here. Gets back attacked by a dog. He has to use some rocket and freeze and hope for the best. Mortal damage to Paula. That's fine, I guess. Yes. Using our bottle rocket. Yeah, kind of have to here. Now we can still go for this. We still have Jeff alive.
Yeah, I think it's time to go for it. There's like maybe a 4 or 3% extra chance that Jeff will hit what we need for the extra levels. Yeah, those dogs were... There was one before... After the sign, there was one below the bottom right corner of Boogey tent, and then one on the left, and one on the bottom left. They were guarding.
Alright, we got defense sprays. We're gonna fire... Oh, that's low. 400. And then 62. And we're switching to auto fight, hoping for the best. We are completely out of psychic points. We're completely out of pretty much anything that can help us. We just gotta hope for some smash attacks from Ness.
We were roughly 100 out before.
This might be a game over right here. This is not looking good because Jeff can't actually smash attack with a gun. So he's just going to keep doing 1 damage, and we have another game over.
Not too far to go here. The strat for continuing is going to be using the hotel with Nest with the 1 kid to get the psychic points back, and then going and reviving Jeff, potentially selling some things, buying some more bottle rockets.
Gotta get up some money for the ATM first.
Dez's bottle rocket was, yeah, like 463, 462.
Alright, Alright, Ness is back. Back to full anyway, so he got all of his rocking abilities. And again, like you said before, we want Jeff back so we can shoot off some bottle rockets.
I think we need 125 or maybe it's 150 left to be able to revive them.
I know it's 100 in Tucson, but yeah, it increases as you go through. And Octo is having some really fun things happen with his text box.
Trying to keep some tabs on it to see if we get any fun sounds or anything like that. The only thing, I've gotten some like Starstorm sounds and like some other stuff, and the funniest was getting the cafe warp, the foreside, getting behind the bar.
Alright, we got all the kids back. No dogs this time. She can be a meat shield, but she can also use prey, which does damage or revives people. I don't know.
Yeah, praying can also make Ness feel strange so that he rockins the children, which...
Okay, we got the first bottle rocket missing.
The whiff, and then the 57 hit again. The game is continuing as it is.
Attacking the teddy bear this time. Finally. Okay, 116 on the next bottle rocket. That's okay. Doing freeze, just the most damage, and also solidify is also nice. Just give yourself a free turn, and now Apollo will pray the rest of the time.
Okay, I think it has like 150 left.
Mortal damage to the teddy bear. That's okay. That's why the teddy bear's there. Gonna get some more HP back. At least the tent's being pretty nice so far. Oh god, now we all feel strange.
Okay, Boogey Tent may attack himself. Hopefully
That is definitely a possibility. Defense spray on... looked like on Paula for some reason. Okay, again, we're getting our HP back to max. This is just, okay, 13 damage to the Boogie Pit. Now the Boogie Pit is back to normal. That was not as much damage as I thought it was going to be.
continuing to use these defense sprays as well.
Come on, Paula. You can do like 150 with prey. Let's see it. Oh, there goes Paula. Okay, now Ness is in trouble too.
And Ness ended up hitting himself.
At least we don't feel strange anymore. Okay, another attack on Ness misses, of course. Ness just trying to get some healing, but now we're just getting stuck on all sorts of things. This game does not want Dez to finish up this run.
I've completely lost track of the HP at this point, but we've got at least 50 to go. If we see a smash...
We just need one smash attack to do it, and we have not seen anything go Dez's way. Oh, we got mortal damage on Ness, and we're going to get another game over.
The solidification into a mortal damage hit.
I think Dez is calling it right here. Pretty much out of cash at this point, so has to grind for has to grind money to revive everyone and get people back to full.
Definitely big GG's to both of our runners. MissDes persevered as far as she could. Doing the fast strat, you don't have the defense spray to sell. which would have gave maybe one more attempt. But yeah, there's no point in grinding for 20 or 30 minutes just to try to kill the Boogey 10 again.
Right, just a terrible way to end the run. But Octo moving on with the 109, MissDes running into the Boogey tent and getting earthbounded.
Yep, thanks everyone for tuning in. We do not have the next race scheduled, so we don't know when that will be. Rain versus octopuscal will be next, and the winner of that will be going on to the finals to face off against Hunter.
Should be a good couple of races. Make sure to follow both of our runners, MissDes and Octo. They both put on a pretty good race this morning. And Shuki, thanks for commentating.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for joining me this very early morning.
Nothing like getting up in the morning and seeing some Earthbound races.
Having some Boogey. Yeah, absolutely. Hope everyone had a good time. MissDes did say she was going to do some practice afterwards, so hopefully it's okay just to send the raid her way. Go say hello. Go stay around for a bit. She's a pretty cool person, runs Earthbound.
And wish her some better luck on her runs today, because, we really couldn't get much worse than what she had to run into.
Alright, and until next time, you all be good to yourselves.
Thanks for watching.